One headline in the New York Times describing Pakistan-occupied Kashmir as Pakistani Kashmir. Within hours, India pushed back publicly. The Indian embassy in Washington called the headline misleading and incorrect. It said there is no Pakistani Kashmir, only Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Now, some may say, why fight over a few words? Well, because in geopolitics, the words you choose often reveal the position you take. And the narrative that you build or that is built globally about an issue that actually has been festering for decades. Let's start at the beginning. The controversy began after the New York Times published a report on violent clashes during local elections in the Kashmir region occupied by Pakistan. Its headline read, "Clashes erupt in Pakistani Kashmir as voting in local elections begins." Now, the story itself covered PoK protests in places like Rawalakot and clashes with Pakistani police, but India wasn't objecting to the reporting on the violence. It was objecting to how the territory itself was described. The Indian embassy in Washington responded on X saying, "Misleading and incorrect headline, there is no Pakistani Kashmir, only Pakistan-occupied Kashmir." It added that the union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh have been, are and will always remain an integral and inalienable part of India, while Pakistan is illegally occupying parts of these territories. Now, here's the key distinction. When someone says Pakistani Kashmir, it can sound like the territory belongs to Pakistan. India rejects that completely. India's official position is that the region is Indian territory under illegal Pakistani occupation since the events that followed the First India-Pakistan War of 1947-48. For us, the region is Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, PoK, or simply territory illegally occupied by Pakistan. So, from India's perspective, calling it Pakistani Kashmir risks giving legitimacy to Pakistan's control over territory that India legally claims as its own. In international disputes, language isn't just descriptive, it can also carry political implications. This isn't the first time that India has objected to such terminology. In fact, New Delhi has done so repeatedly at the United Nations, in diplomatic meetings, during international conferences, and even over maps. Just earlier this month, India's permanent representative to the UN, Ambassador Parvathani Harish, reiterated India's official position, saying that only unresolved issue is Pakistan's illegal occupation of Indian territory.
The Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir has always been, is, and will remain an integral and inalienable part of India. This is a constitutional and legal reality that Pakistan deliberately chooses to ignore. The only outstanding issue with regard to Jammu and Kashmir is the naked aggression and illegal occupation of India's sovereign territory by Pakistan.
Earlier this month in Dhaka, an Indian diplomat even interrupted a presentation after a map showed Jammu and Kashmir as part of Pakistan. She immediately objected, calling the depiction factually incorrect. So the response to the New York Times headline wasn't an isolated reaction. It fits into a much broader pattern. India has also been reinforcing this position politically. Just days ago on Kargil, Vijay Deva's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh made India's position crystal clear. He said if there were ever any talks with Pakistan, they would only be about Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, describing it as a part of India illegally occupied by Pakistan. That statement was not made accidentally. India maintains that the issue is Pakistan's continued occupation of territory that legally belongs to India. This is also why official Indian documents call it Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Western media often uses different terminology depending on which side they lean. Some use Pakistan-Administered Kashmir, others write Pakistan-controlled Kashmir. NYT used Pakistani Kashmir. Many in India argue that the New York Times, along with other Western media outlets, has repeatedly exhibited an anti-India stance in its coverage of issues. For Delhi, calling the region Pakistani Kashmir crosses a red line because it appears to legitimize Pakistan's claim over territory that New Delhi considers an inseparable part of India. And that is why 3 words in a headline triggered an official diplomatic response. Because in conflicts over borders, maps matter. Terminology matters, and sometimes a headline becomes part of the battle itself. What do you think? Should international media use sort of neutral administrative terms, or should they reflect legal sovereignty claims? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this explainer, don't forget to like, subscribe and keep watching Times Access.
The old rules are breaking. Alliances are shifting.
Apologize again to the victims of the paedophile Jeffrey Epstein.
Wars are redrawing maps. Oil routes can shake economies overnight. One election in America can impact markets in Mumbai.
No tax on tips.
One move by China can alter the balance in Asia. One conflict in West Asia can hit every Indian household. This is no longer a distant story. This is our story. Your story. Because for the first time in decades, India is not watching from the sidelines. India is rising. India is negotiating. India is balancing rivals. India is building military strength. India is shaping trade routes. India is becoming central to the new global order. And yet, most global news is still told through someone else's lens. Washington's lens, Beijing's lens, London's lens. But where is India's lens? Where is the platform that explains the world from our perspective? Welcome to India's Axis, a new destination for geopolitics, strategy and power seen through India's eyes. From Neighborhood Watch to the biggest global stories that matter to you. Why tensions in the Taiwan Strait matter to India. How one move by China can affect India's security. What turmoil in Pakistan means for regional stability. How Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bhutan shape India's neighborhood. Why oil choke points can hit your wallet. How wars abroad can reshape India's security. This is not noise. This is not shouting. This is not recycled headlines. This is sharp, intelligent storytelling. Daily explainers, war room analysis, strategic conversations. Because news is everywhere, but perspective is rare, and in the age of confusion, clarity is power. Axis is for the audience that wants more than headlines. The axis of global power is shifting. India is at the center of that shift. It's time the world was explained accordingly, to understand the world through India's strategic lens. Subscribe now.